Good afternoon, students. Now let us see the difficult words and their meanings. In the last lecture, we have seen the neighborly. Spelling of neighborly given here. Louisa May Alcott, she is an American poet. So, she has written the American spelling of neighborly. But the actual British spelling of neighborly that we use today, that is Neighbourly. Next, sacque. Means infant, short, jacket and hood. Means short jacket that mostly wearing the women. Next, Ivanhoe. Next word is Ivanhoe. Ivanhoe, it is a name of a book, a historical novel written by Walter Scott. Invalid dolls. Invalid dolls means broken dolls. Mostly the broken dolls. Betokening means indicating or showing. Conservatory, glass room outside the house used as a greenhouse. It is a glass room. Hidden glories. That meaning you have to find out in your dictionary. Next, wistfully means longingly or sadly thinking of the past. Thinking about the past. That is means wistfully. Next word is salad. Salad means to set out to do something. To do something new. That is setting further to do something new. Next. Listless means lacking energy. Lack of energy. That is means listless. Flourished means waved. Waving. As dull as Tom's means it is a figure of speech. That figure of speech you have to find out in your dictionary. That is work for you. Next, blancmange. That is actually it is a sweet dish, almond flavored milk pudding, like a piece of cake. That is a sweet dish. Bashfulness means shyness. Shyness means we can say that fearing to speak. That is shyness. Next, colored up. That also word you have to find out in your dictionary. Hollow chairs means a large armchair. Mostly for reading we are using that. A fellow can't live on books. Explain it. That is a means we can say phrase. That phrase you have to explain. Means whenever learning the story we will see that. Last one word is given. Hamels means a poor family whom the March family helps. Hamels is a poor family. Only actually that character is not presented here. Only the name is given. That is Hamels family means a poor family whom the March family helps. Now we will see the summary of the story or the novel. Listen carefully. It's a snowy day. Snowy day means it is the suburb of Boston. That story took place in the suburb of Boston. So there was a snowy day was here. That snow was falling. So everywhere snow was falling around the house, outside the house, snow was falling. So Jo, the second March sister, she decided to go out and dig paths. Dig paths means on the path on the way outside the house there was a snow gathered. So she was only removing that, cleaning that, means digging the paths in the snow. The March's house means where the March girls were living. That March's house, it was a small, brown and shabby. Shabby means poor condition. Means it was not as good house, which lots its summer greenery. Means everywhere snow was falling. So that house was looking shabby. Okay, it was looking dull or shabby, and it was a small. It was separated by a low hedge. We can say like a compound. It was separated by a low hedge from Mr. Lawrence's large stone mansion. In the neighbor around near only Mr. Lawrence's house was there. That house, actually that was not a house. That was a mansion. like a palace. It is like a palace. And in front of comparing with March girls, Lawrence house was very we can say rich and very good condition. She saw Laurie sitting near one of the windows on the second floor. When the Joe was digging out the paths that time, Joe saw Laurie was sitting near one of the windows on the second floor. Joe felt sorry for the poor lonely boy because Laurie was there. He was not coming outside also, not playing also. He was only sitting in the room. So Joe was feeling sadly or feeling sorry for that Laurie. She threw a snowball at the window. Joe was cleaning the paths, digging out the paths. That time, one of the snow she threw at the window of the Laurie's to grab Laurie's attention, to grab his attention, to grasp his attention. Joe threw the snowball. Laurie admitted that he had been sick with a cold and he invited Joe to come over. Joe was inviting him to come outside, but Laurie said that he was sick. He was not feeling well, so he only said to Joe to come over, to come in his house. Joe arrived soon after with an armful of offerings for Laurie, a plate of blancmange from Meg and kittens from Beth. After some time, Joe came in the Laurie's house with a dish. That dish name was blancmange. It was a sweet dish. That dish was given by Meg. Her sister only given that dish for the Laurie. And kittens. She has taken a kittens. Kittens means at least 3 kittens were there. She has taken, and that kittens were given by Beth. Her sister only given that kittens to feel the Laurie happy. Joe straightened up Laurie's quarters. Means Joe directly went into the Laurie's room and offered to read out loud to Laurie. Laurie begged her to talk with him, and Joe told him about her family. Means that Joe wanted to read the books for the Laurie to make him happy, to feel him better. But Laurie said that talk with him and say something about her family. Laurie revealed that he sometimes spied on the March family. Also, while talking, Laurie said that he was looking out in the house of March's girls. But Joe saw that he only did it because he was orphaned. Means he never hidden that. He said that frankly. Laurie said that frankly that he was looking from the window into their house. Because Laurie was orphaned. Orphaned means what? Whose father and mother was died. His father and mother was died and felt lonesome. He was feeling lonely. Laurie was feeling lonely and he was living with his grandfather. Laurie stepped out momentarily to see his doctor. While Laurie was showing him his library, and in that library there were hollow chairs and one portrait was hanging on the wall. Joe was observing that portrait and she understood that that portrait was of Laurie's grandfather, Mr. Lawrence. That time only Laurie's doctor came to see or to check up him. For that, Laurie stepped out of the room or stepped out of the library. That time, Joe was alone in the library, in that room, observing the portrait. He had gone. Mr. Laurie's grandpa came. When the Laurie went, she was observing that portrait of Mr. Lawrence, and that time only Mr. Lawrence came inside in the room. and Joe didn't know who is behind of her. Without turning her head, she was telling about the portrait that Mr. Lawrence, he was not as handsome as my grandfather, but he has a tremendous will. He has a great willpower and has a gruff voice. What he said, has a gruff voice, but he is good. He was describing that portrait, but that time only Mr. Lawrence was standing behind Joe, and Joe didn't know about that. When Mr. Lawrence said, "Thank you," he replied on that. Then Joe turned her face and she saw that Mr. Lawrence was standing behind her. That time, little bit she was frightened. And surprised also. Joe told him that she felt Laurie needed to spend more time around kids of his own age. He said his grandfather that Laurie need friends or company of his own age. Mr. Lawrence invited Joe to tea. As he saw Joe and Laurie discussing or talking, he realized that there might be some truth. What Joe had told him, Joe revealed that Laurie said he had grateful for the medicine Mrs. March had sent over. All she wanted to do was be friend with Laurie. Means Joe only trying to be a neighborly with Laurie. She wanted to be a friendly with Laurie. Mrs. March gave permission to invite Laurie over their house, and Joe also said to Mr. Lawrence that to send Laurie into their house, and Mr. Lawrence also given permission for that. Okay, understood the story of this novel?